I don't think anyone realizes how hard I'm trying. Welcome back to Step into the Spiral of Becoming. I'm really glad you're here with me again. I'm Sarah. Each week, we will be exploring a real moment someone has shared publicly, a moment that reveals something about the human experience we don't always say out loud. These stories help us recognize our own patterns, our own truths, and the places where we quietly long in for something different. Today's story is about overwhelm. The kind that builds slowly until one day you realize you're carrying far more than you're ever meant to. Let's step into it together. She wrote that she felt like she was drowning in the details of her own life. Not because anything dramatic or horrible or traumatizing happened, but because everything was happening at once. Work deadlines, family needs, expectations she doesn't even remember agreeing to. She said it felt like she was constantly bracing for the next thing, the next email, the next request, the next moment someone needed something from her. And that part struck me the most was this line. I don't think anyone realizes how hard I'm trying. She wasn't asking for sympathy. She wasn't looking for attention. She was naming a truth many people carry quietly. That feeling of giving everything you have, while wondering if anyone sees the effort beneath the surface. One afternoon, she reached her limits, not with a breakdown, but with a moment of stillness. She sat in her parked car, hands rested in her lap, and realized she couldn't keep moving at the same pace. So she made a small shift. She started saying, "Let me get back to you," instead of immediately saying yes. She gave herself permission to pause before responding. And that tiny boundary, that tiny moment of space changed everything. She said it felt like she finally exhaled after holding her breath for months. What I love about this story is how relatable it is. Overwhelm doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like functional. Sometimes it looks like being fine. And sometimes it looks like doing everything you're supposed to do while feeling like you're disappearing underneath it all. Here's a few gentle questions to sit with. Where are you carrying more than you realize? What expectations have you silently agreed to that no longer fits who you are? And what would it feel like to give yourself a moment of space before saying yes? Overwhelm often softens the moment we stop demanding so much out of ourselves. The moment we allow ourselves to be human. The moment we choose one small boundary that brings us back to alignment. And if you're listening to this thinking, that's me, I'm trying so hard and no one sees it, I want you to hear this clearly. I see you, and you're not alone. If this story touched something in you, a place where you have been stretched thin and quietly overwhelmed, know that noticing is the first step towards change. And if you feel the calling to explore your own becoming with support, there are always coaches that specialize in helping people navigate these exact moments. Some offer structured programs that helps you reconnect with yourself, set boundaries, and move through transformation with intent. One of those ways I support people through this Step into the Spiral Becoming Transformation program is that I create a path for those that want a guided, reflective, and deeply personal approach in their own unfolding. It's not about fixing yourself, it's about returning to yourself. But whether it's with me or another practitioner, what matters most is that you are finding space where your truth is honored and your growth is supported. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for giving yourself this moment of breath and reflection. Until I meet you in episode 3, be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best you can, and that's enough.